Hey everybody, welcome back to Sample Quest, part 1.2, The Moon. Sample Quest is a new series of mine, recorded live on Twitch. The goal being, bring a sample back from every moon or planet that you can in the Kerbal system. I'm going to be playing this a little hardcore, no mods, other than a couple convenience mods like maybe Kerbal Alarm Clock, and no quick saves. If I fail and something explodes, then it explodes and that Kerbal's dead. I do reserve the right to use a quick save to recover from like a time warp mishap where I warp right through a planet or past a maneuver node or something. But in general, my fails will stand. So let's get to it! So, only 40 science left. There we go. Alright. Time to upgrade my rocket and make something a lot better. Although this thing performed phenomenally, I was surprised. I was worried about it exploding on the launch pad or shortly after takeoff, but she held together. Chad is a expert pilot, apparently. So let's start with our capsule. That was Minmus 1. Let's call this Moon 1. We can go straight for a moon landing this time. Parachute. And then a couple dual parachutes, sideways parachutes here. Communitron. We only need one of those. A Science Junior. Some mystery goo. Let's see, we need high, medium. We really need 3 mystery goo for this flight. Both for high over the moon, low over the moon, and on the moon's surface. So those we can kind of stick on top like so. There we go. And then some batteries would be nice. Of course, landing legs. And some solar panels. I always overdo it with the solar panels. You can never have too many solar panels. That's my philosophy. Liquid engine. Alright. So that's going to be our moon lander. I think that should have enough fuel in that tank, I think, to get down on the surface and get back to Kerbin. And I guess we'll just over-engineer the rest of the rocket to make sure that that happens. If we've got fuel left in this last stage as we're descending, then we can use that for some of our descent and save the fuel in this last tank here. Where's our struts? There we go. Why did I use that adapter? I don't have any big engines. That was not necessary. We'll just do this instead. Ooh, I know what I almost forgot. Reaction wheel. There we go. Now, we need an engine on this thing. And then let's go ahead and build a little bit of asparagus. Do we have launch? Yeah, launch stability, nice. Some boosters. You always need boosters. You always need more boosters. So let's move this up so there's room for launch clamps below that. I'm tempted to use the big boosters, but I'm pretty sure my first stage of my first asparagus stage will probably run out of fuel before the big boosters do. I'll just use small boosters. Stratify this. So let's check our staging here. That's boosters. Put these rockets there. That's our central rocket. These will jettison the boosters. This will jettison our asparagus. And this separates our landing vehicle, so we want to put you there. Then we want to duplicate all of this. A little bit of clipping there, which I typically try to avoid. It feels cheaty, but I mean, I don't know, I'll go with that. They're just barely touching. They're just barely rubbing. Rubbing's racing, right? Alright. Trying to get these kind of a little more even. There we go. So I think our staging ends up okay there, but we definitely want to separate these guys out. So now, let's see, this is our first stage, these guys right here. That's gonna leave us. So, we want your fuel to flow over there. Yeah, that's the first one. This would be the second one. So we want your fuel to flow over there. And that's the last one. So we want your fuel to flow into the middle. So, let's see, we got wings. Those wings combined with the one stability thing should be enough. Alright, so this is Moon 1. And, let's see if we can't get Chad to the moon and back. This time we've got battery, we've got solar power. We're not going to run out of electricity. We've got this big-ass fuel tank. I think we'll be okay. Alright, time to go to the moon. You ready for this, Chad? Yeah, looks like you are. Yeah, let's go. Taking off at a nice clip, nice and stable. There's our first batch of liquid fuel tanks that are going to run out. Probably these guys, looks like. Oh, maybe I could have gone with the big boosters. I don't know. I think we'll still be fine though. We should still have plenty of Delta V at this bad boy. Why? There we go. Oh, didn't want to stage those things off of there. That was weird. Oh, alright, let's turn over for a gravity turn. Not not the most elegant going straight to 45 degrees as soon as you hit 10,000 feet, but whatever. Oh wait, are we... and we are already out. And we had an explosion. What blew up? I think we're okay. Maybe it was just a strut. Check our apoapse. Time to apoapse. Okay, climbing. That's a good sign. If your time, see the T minus 43 there. If that time is going down, that means you're catching up to your apoapsis, and that is not a good thing during launch. And I missed out on another stage a little late. But I think in general we'll be okay. We're only going to the moon after all. We should have plenty of delta V for that. Let's cut this off around 78. Circularize. If we can get a maneuver node started. There we go. Alright, that'll be nice and circular. 52-second burn. So what, 26 seconds we want to start that? Oh, I'm feeling a little bit cocky right now. I think maybe I'm going to get to the moon with enough fuel left in my lander that I might be able to try to hop and get to a second biome. I don't know, that's going to be a little risky, though. Last time I tried that, I had plenty of fuel, but I crashed on my second landing. I made the first landing fine, and the second landing didn't go so well. But we could try. We'll see what happens. Alright, orbit circularized. 77, 79. That's pretty good. Set the moon as our target. Maybe right about there is good. That is a little crazy. Trying to get in around 20,000 meters, 20 kilometers. It's usually a good height for the moon. 21. There we go. That's good enough. Alright, where's our maneuver node on our little nav ball here? There she blows. And 14 minutes to go. And we'll get our second sample. Already got our sample from Minmus. That's one down. Moon will be our second sample. Goal being to get a sample back from everywhere it's possible. You know, obviously you can't land on the sun, you can't land on Joule, so you can't bring samples back from there. But you can from everything else. And, you know, secondary goal, don't kill any Kerbals. Don't leave any stranded. That's why I have that death count there. I put it there in case I'm going to need to use it. Crossing my fingers, hoping I won't. At least not in this stage. I should be able to keep my Kerbals alive in Kerbin's sphere of influence. But once you start getting out there, you know, in Joule, things can get a little crazy in Joule. You have all those moons flying around, they bounce you around like a ping pong ball. It can get dicey sometimes. You don't know what's going to happen. So, let's see, you probably want to start this around 36 seconds. Yeah, my fuel situation on this stage is pretty good. I'm tempted to try to land on this stage for my first landing on the moon. That'll be tough. This thing's tall and wobbly. Although I did put the reaction wheel on there, so it'll probably do a pretty good job of keeping me upright. And electricity shouldn't be an issue. But you got me feeling all invincible with that Minmus landing. Alright, periaps is 70. Tweak that down. 21. That is an excellent moon periaps. And we've got lots of fuel left in this stage. So let's warp on out towards the moon. Don't get too cocky. I know, but I'm pretty good. I'm decent on landing like that. I've done it a few times, but with the way this ship's configured, if the landing goes poorly and I start tipping over, it'll be pretty easy to kind of stage and take back off again and then just land with my last stage. So if I've got the fuel, I might as well try it. I probably won't lose anything doing it. Because typically the way I land is how I landed on Minmus, where I kill my horizontal velocity pretty early and fall mostly straight down all the way. So that makes it kind of pretty, in my opinion, that's the easiest way to land. It's not necessarily the most fuel efficient, but it makes it pretty easy to land, you know, end on. As long as you don't hit a slope. That's the tricky part, especially on the moon. A slope will kill you because it's got more gravity than Minmus does. So I might just try for like the middle of a crater or something, because that's usually pretty flat. Although it'd have to be a big crater to make sure I really hit the middle. EVA report. Keep that data. And now, since we have solar panels and batteries, electricity is no longer a concern. We can go ahead and transmit those crew reports safely. Alright, so that's for my high over the moon science. It's all cleared out. Let's go ahead and set up a capture burn here. Depending on where the surface of the moon ends up underneath this periapse, I might just go straight for landing because I'm on the day side here. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's find our maneuver node. Don't want to forget, like last time on Minmus, almost led to complete disaster. See, I was hoping the far side crater would be in the sun. I was going to try to land there and then hop out of it and land on the edge so I could get 2 biomes. But I don't know. I only brought the one. What is these things called again? Yeah, I only brought the one Science Junior, and I only brought the Mystery Goo. I only have 2 more Mystery Goos, so I'm not really going to gain that much from hopping to another biome, so I guess I'll just play it safe. Chad hasn't died yet. The death count is still at 0. Oh, IVA moon landing. Okay. Alright, let's see here. I probably should have started my burn a little earlier. I've never actually done an IVA moon landing before. If you want me to do that, then I'm not going to try to do it on this stage. I'll just do it with the final stage. Stop ourselves right about here. We're going to end up in between those craters. That looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for this. I think I'll end up in a pretty flat spot. Let's see where we ended up. Okay, not quite what the maneuver node said. We are ending up in that crater, which isn't that bad. I think I do want to, I think if I go ahead and arrest all of my horizontal velocity here, then we'll be good. That's better. Okay, so this stage is almost out of fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and ditch it. And then we're gonna go IVA. Oh wait, no way. I'm not doing an IVA with a unless I'm in a lander can. This is gonna be impossible. I didn't even think about that. I mean, is there... Yeah, there's altitude, but you never really know what the final altitude's gonna be. You really need to be able to look out the lander can so you can see the surface if you want to do an IVA landing. And I don't have a lander can yet. Like, yeah, like there's no way I can do it looking out that window. That's crazy talk. There we go. We're kind of in a little bit of a crater here. And we're actually going pretty fast. Where's the sun at? There we go. Shadow should end up. There's our shadow. And there's our debris exploding on the ground. Alright, I think our horizontal velocity is pretty well killed now. And we look like we're going to be coming down on fairly flat surface. Yeah, I can't do it if you don't try. I'm more than willing to do it in the lander can, even though I've never done it before. But not knowing the altitude of the surface below you makes it really hard to do it without a lander can, without even being able to look out. We should be okay here. Yep, and we're down. Let's observe some mystery goo. Let's transmit a crew report. We seem to be wobbling quite a bit though. Alright, so we got mystery goo, we got our crew report. We definitely want to observe our material bay on the surface. And we'll keep that. And then let's go ahead and EVA, let go, land on our goo. Bade, I just started streaming. So far, this is the only, today, right now, is my official stream. So I haven't streamed any other games. Currently, the other games I play the most, in addition to KSP, are Rust and Daisy. And I play both of those with some friends, so I may stream those too. And if I do, I'll probably stream those on a delay though, because people like to stream snipe, especially in like Daisy. Rust, it's not too bad. It's harder to figure out what server you're on and whatnot, but and I usually play that with a big group, so even if somebody tries to stream snipe us, they're going to be screwed. Let's see, moon landing 1. Yay! Not an IVA, but it worked. Okay, so we got our EVA, we got our surface sample. And time to go home. Or not. Time for Chad to get a little crazy. Let's see, come on, there we go. And back inside. So, oh, we still need to get the near the moon, the near mooner mystery goo. But we got tons of fuel. It'll be cool. Alright. Let's go ahead and take off in a retrograde, or at least retrograde to the moon's orbit. Standalone DayZ is what I've been playing. The game's crazy. I love it. Like, I don't like the fact that some of what it allows people to do, because you take your gear with you server to server, so people will pull crap on you, like, in your position in the game goes with you server to server too. So people will pull crap on you, like, if you've got them pinned down somewhere, they'll just hop to a different server and then move around behind your position and come back on the server you're at. So I really hope they, you know, put something in to counter that kind of BS. But apart from that, it's super fun. Just because it allows you to do anything, you know, like, there was like a group of 6 of us playing, and we ran into a couple of guys, and I shot one when we first saw them, but they immediately surrendered. I only clipped them, I didn't kill them, and my buddies made the other guy get down on his knees, and they handcuffed him and like force-fed him some bleach, and then we rummaged through their packs and took what we wanted and left. And we just left them there like that, the one guy bleeding, the other guy still handcuffed because we didn't have any keys for the handcuffs. So, you know, we didn't kill him, but we screwed him over pretty good, I guess. I guess you can struggle out of handcuffs. I've never really seen anybody do it. Like, eventually they'll break if you keep struggling. Alright, before I forget and leave the moon, we want our near moon crew report. And our near the moon mystery goo. Let's keep that data. And our near the moon EVA. Alright, we are now all scienced out. Time to go home. Do either of you guys know if there's a mod to be able to adjust maneuver nodes with key clicks? Because that would be awesome. Like using the numpad or something. What does precise node do then if it's not for keyboard shortcuts? Does it just give you a you can hold down a modifier key or something, and the nodes don't adjust quite as much or something like that? I mean, honestly, it's not really that big a deal. Like, once I get to the tech where I've got RCS, you can use the RCS for fine-tuning, and that usually works out pretty well, but it'd be a great help in the earlier stages of the game if those maneuver nodes were a little easier to deal with. It has buttons to increment the maneuver node by decimals. Okay. So just like buttons on screen you click on? That could work. I mean, I could write an auto hotkey script to map, you know, clicking on that part of the screen to some keys. That would be pretty cool. That's how I created my little death counter here. It's just an auto hotkey script. Alright, Periapps looks good. Where's KSC? Are we gonna come even? No. It's on the other side of the planet. Alright. I guess we'll just land. I think we're gonna come down somewhere over here in the plains. Did I get a surface sample from the planes yet? I don't know. I might even actually be able to... Let's see... Curve port. Might as well. One science. Whoop-de-doo. We're in Atmo already though. 42,000 meters. It's a little dangerous to attempt an EVA at this point. Although I'm tempted. But Chad's been a good sport so far. I don't want to kill Chad. Yeah, Bait, I got the goo. When I landed, and all three of these goos are used up. See? I think I'm going to use the rest of my fuel to slow down some. Might as well. It'll kind of guarantee I come in on the land there. Since I've got plenty. How's the stream quality for you guys? Since it's my first time, are there any stutters, or can you guys hear me okay and everything? I just want to make sure I got everything set up right. And I just kind of noticed my logo's a little bit over the resources. Maybe I'll move that. I think if I move it now, it'll kind of make the it might interrupt the stream for a second, so I guess I'll do that next time. Next mission, sample return from Moho. At this tech level, that would be quite difficult. I guess I could try it. I'm gonna have a lot of science from here. I think I might be able to. All right, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I think I'll be able to buy enough to build a one of the bigger, a crude but big asparagus stage, so I can get lots of Delta V into orbit, and that might get me to Moho. I don't know. It's gonna be hard though, because I don't think I'm gonna get docking clamps. Yeah, the delay is typical in Twitch. It's kind of hard to avoid that. But like I was saying, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to docking clamps. So I'm not going to be able to do like a multi-stage, like refueling or anything. And Moho takes tons of Delta V to get to. I've only ever actually flown by it. I've never actually landed on it and come back. But we'll see what we can buy with the science and see if it's feasible. I mean, Duna at this point would be pretty cake. Getting to Eve also would be pretty cake. Getting off of Eve, of course. Getting that sample from Eve, that might be one of the last ones I try. That's another thing I haven't done. I've landed on Eve, I've gotten probes down to Eve, I've gotten Kerbals down to Eve and bases on Eve, but I've never actually brought a Kerbal back up off the surface of Eve. That's kind of the point of my sample quest here, to bring a sample back from everywhere, because there's lots of places that I haven't done it from yet. I think I've done it from most of the moons in Joule, but I haven't done it from Elu, Moho, or Eve. SSTO to Moho. yeah, that is not happening at my tech level. Sorry. I'm terrible at I could try Gilly. Yeah. Oh shit! No! Oh my precious science! Oh! I should have strutted that bad boy up. That was a disaster. Well, I still got my EVA science. I'm just... Damn, I have to... I guess I'm gonna try. I guess I'll try Gilly, even though I'm gonna need to go back to the moon. Technically, my moon mission was successful because the sample is in my cockpit, and the sample. This is sample quest. The sample's what's important. So, and with the tech level, I'll probably be able to get to Gilly. Regardless, even with that huge disaster there. But, alright, let's get down on the ground here. Get this embarrassing failure off. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Groovy. I should have done that. It would have been safer. And it is too late because I part of my rules here is I'm only going to use quick saves to recover from time warping mishaps. Like if I forget to turn off acceleration and I zoom past something. So this is a genuine F up. It was my fault. So no science for me. Although Chad's still alive, I still haven't killed anybody yet. Just killed some goo containers. There we go, safe and sound. I think I'll still get a little bit of science from the sample here. Let me check it out. Yeah, 9 science. Yeah, I got enough electricity, I think I could... Do I have any... I don't have a crew report right now. I'll just go ahead and save it then. Install Kerbal Alarm Clock, then go to Gilly. I can just go straight to Gilly. It's not that big a deal. I don't really want to bore you guys while I fiddle around getting a mod set up. Let's see. This ship was pretty good. It got me to the moon and back, and it had lots of fuel left on it. So I think... Oh, I bet I should spend my science first. Silly me. Alright, 334 science. This, like, I hate heavy rocketry. It's like the poodle and that tank are like useless, but you gotta buy it to get up to the next tier. They're not really useful until you get this stuff. So... yeah. I probably could have bought science instruments instead, but I really like the Skipper, and the Rockomax X200 is nice too. Let's see, I still can buy something on this tier. I could probably... I think I could get that science lab out to Gilly. Oh, 84 science! I need 6 science. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to stick a cockpit out on the runway here and cheese myself a little bit of science so I can get myself that last 6 science here. Because you have the launch pad and the runway and even the area around KSC are all their own biomes. So you do get a little bit of science for EVAs and samples and everything. And let's recover that. There we go! It's not any easier than that. Some nice quick science. Yeah. Let's see here. Alright. Well, that concludes this part. Thanks again, guys, for watching. There is one more section to this stream in which I get to Gilly and bring a sample back. And there will be more live streams in the future as the sample quest continues. So hit that subscribe button if you want to watch some more lightly edited streams, or go right to the source and watch live on Twitch. Thanks again.